104.5 The Team.
So on August 16th, it's a Tuesday, we are going to pack the show up and we're going to head out to Buffalo Bills training camp.
Oh, I can't make it.
You can make it. You're going. This is going to be fun.
I can't make it.
Well, fine. I don't need you. I'll talk to Sal instead. Joining us now from the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle, Sal Maiorana joins us. Sal, let's get right into it. Reggie Bush, what kind of impact could he have on this Bills team?
Well, I don't know. He's 31 years old, coming off a knee injury. I think he can slot in as the backup to LaShawn McCoy. They have very similar styles of play, so it wouldn't be a real big ask for Bush to play as McCoy's backup. I also think he can factor into the passing game. You know, he's done that pretty well throughout his career. And the Bills, you know, like a lot of teams, prefer the short passing game, and I think they could utilize Bush out of the backfield. And then also the factor of the punt return and kick return. You know, Rex Ryan pretty much said that, you know, that's going to be something they're going to depend on him to do, assuming he can do it at 31 years old. So there's a couple roles he could play. And I think it could be a good signing for the Bills. Again, it just depends on whether a 31-year-old guy with a bad knee has anything left.
Wow, you know, you should write his card, his sports card.
He's an agent now.
Yeah. Carlos Williams got fat and suspended. Jonathan Williams got a DWI. McCoy has a history of injuries. Could Bush be the starting running back week one?
It's possible. You know, LaShawn McCoy, you're right. He's been, last year for sure, was injury prone. In fact, he got hurt right here at Fisher and never was the same the rest of the season. So it's possible. I don't think that would be the case. I think McCoy, they're going to coddle him, you know, throughout the training camp and the preseason, and I would expect he'll be there opening day. But like I said, you know, Reggie Bush is a guy with a proven track record, and I think he'll be able to get in here and learn this offense, and he can do a lot of the things that LaShawn McCoy can do. So it could end up being a good fit, and he could be a nice insurance policy with Carlos Williams out those first 4 games because of his suspension.
Sal Maiorana of the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle with us right here on Levack and Wolf 104.5 The Team. Sal, I wait every offseason to hear Rex Ryan run his mouth, and I love it, but he seems relatively quiet right now. Am I just missing him?
No, it's not. It's been a very quiet camp. Last year, you know, it was year one of Rex. There was a lot of bluster, as there always is with Rex. The fans were excited. You know, he came in boasting that the Bills were going to have the best defense and go to the playoffs. And, you know, those things didn't happen. There was also a quarterback competition going on here last year, and that drew a lot of attention. And this year, both of those things are not going on. I mean, there's, you know, Tyrod Taylor's the quarterback. There's no mystery there. And Rex Ryan is in his second year as the coach. I think a lot of fans are a little bit leery of Rex after, you know, the failures of the first season. And I think they want him to prove it. So, yeah, I think right now it is pretty quiet at Bills camp, and the fans are taking a wait-and-see attitude on this thing.
How's his brother Rob Ryan fitting in?
Fine. I mean, we've talked to Rob once. They've only made him available once. So I really don't even have much of an opinion on Rob Ryan. We haven't really talked to him. We've talked to him once at the end of minicamp, and that's been it. So, you know, he's fitting in fine, and I think he's happy to be back together with his brother for the first time in 20 years. They get along well. They believe, you know, their defense. They do it the same way throughout the years. They're disciples of this 3-4 defense. So I think it's a good fit for the Bills, and I think he's going to help the Bills for whatever it's worth.
Tyrod Taylor, is he looking good in camp so far to you? What's your take on him?
He looks fine. I mean, it's really tough. The first week of camp, the offense is always behind the defense. There's no way around it. It takes all the timing to have an efficient offense, and they haven't got it yet. The defense just, you know, does what it does, and it's tough. So, yeah, he struggled so far. I'm not worried about it. You know, there'll be a scrimmage out here Saturday. They'll get a few plays in that, and then the preseason games start. But, yeah, I'm not concerned with Tyrod Taylor. I think he'll be fine. It just takes some time to get on the same page with everybody.
Sal Maiorana of the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle with us right here on 104.5 The Team. So, Sal, Tyrod, are they looking at him as the long-term answer at quarterback? Like, is he going to get that big contract that we've heard a little bit about?
Well, it's kind of up to him. I mean, he's got to play well. I think he knows it. They've been very upfront with him. You know, Doug Whaley all but said, prove it to us. So I think Tyrod is the kind of guy who likes a challenge, and I think he's going to take it and run with it. And if it's good enough, they'll give him the contract. If it's not, he won't get the contract. I think the Bills are playing it right. I would not have jumped on and given him an 8-figure deal after one season. And it was a nice season, don't get me wrong, but it certainly wasn't, it wasn't a great season. It wasn't enough to show me that he's definitely the quarterback of the future. I want to see more. And if I'm the Bills, I would play this thing out at least to the middle of the season, see how it goes, and then start thinking about it. You don't want to, if you like the kid and he's playing well at midseason, you don't want him to get to free agency, because then, all bets are off. He can take off, bet on himself, and get a big deal somewhere else. So I would, if I'm the Bills, have some patience, play it out, and then work on the contract during the season.
Sal, what's the best position battle you're watching so far at camp?
Right now, it's the backup wide receivers. I mean, Sammy Watkins is locked in at number 1, even though he hasn't practiced. He'll be out there week 1, and then Robert Woods is the 2. Beyond that, they've got a bunch of, veteran journeymen that have played in the league a little bit, but really have no resumes. You've got guys like Leonard Hankerson, Greg Little, Greg Salas, Des Lewis, the second-year kid that they picked in the 7th round last year. So they've got all kinds of competition there, and it really is it's almost impossible at this point to pick out the 2 guys who would be the 3rd and 4th receivers. So that's the biggest battle that we're watching here at camp. Everything else is pretty much decided. I mean, there's nothing, the right tackle job is going to be Jordan Mills, because Henderson is still not ready to come back from Crohn's disease, and Cyrus Kwanjo stinks. So that's pretty much done. And on defense, Reggie Ragland, the rookie, is probably going to slot in and be the starter at inside linebacker next to Preston Brown. And then I guess the only other thing up front would be in the 3-4, one of the defensive tackles, Corbin Bryant, and the rookie Adolphus Washington are probably battling to start next to Darius and Kyle Williams. But other than that, this roster is pretty much set, ready to go for the regular season.
Sal Maiorana, he covers the Bills, and nice enough to give us some time. Sal, Ike Ankapali, is he going to be a significant part of this defense?
Well, I mean, he could be. Right now, they've got all kinds of problems. Jack Lawson, the first-round pick, was supposed to be the starter in Mario Williams' old spot, and he's going to be out at least half the year. Manny Lawson was supposed to be the guy to fill in, and he hurt he tore a pec muscle just before training camp lifting weights, and there's a good chance he might not be ready until the season starts, so he'll miss all of the preseason, it looks like. So, believe it or not, Ike Ankapali is getting some reps at that outside edge rushing position, and it's really a dearth of talent at that spot behind the 2 Lawsons. They really got a problem there. So Ankapali is in the mix. Rex likes him. He had him with the Jets. That's why he's here in Buffalo now. So we'll see. But man, I'll tell you, if they have to go to him on opening day, I think they've got a problem there.
So there's a chance, though, he's going to play more than Geno Smith.
Yeah, well, I would think so. Now that Fitz is back in town, I think that's probably a good possibility.
Give us a realistic expectation for the Bills this season.
Well, I think 8-8 again. I really, I look at the roster. I don't see it any better than it was last year. They lost some pretty good players. I mean, Mario Williams mailed it in, but he's still a pretty good player. And Nigel Bradham was a good player for the Bills. They lost some people that they really haven't replaced. Not having the first-round pick hurts. I mean, he was going to come right in and be a starter, assuming he just didn't completely, stink. And I don't think that was going to be the case. Tyrod Taylor is in year 2. That should help a little bit. But like I said, they're really not better on paper than they were last year. And now they've got a much tougher schedule that they had to play in 2015. So I'm thinking, if all things go well, 8-8 might be about as good as they can do. And you know what? 8-8 might be a pretty good year because of the schedule. I mean, so people who were thinking that Rex should be fired if they don't make the playoffs, well, I think they could be a whole lot better than last year and still be 8-8. So I wouldn't jump on the fire Rex bandwagon right away.
Sal Maiorana covers the Bills for the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle. Sal, we're coming out there on Tuesday, August 16th to cover the Bills camp. We're hoping you'll make time for us. And our producer, ever since we have agreed to bring him with us, has had he's had 2.
I will be more than happy to spend some time with you guys.
Oh, cool. But see, I need some help though. Our producer is freaking out. He wants a garbage plate in the worst way. So if I can only get one garbage plate, where do I go?
Well, you got to go to the original, McDonald's.
Okay.
I mean, that's where it was born, is downtown Rochester. It is the seediest place you could imagine. I wouldn't bring my children there for fear that they might contract a disease. But that's the original. That's the original garbage place, and it's. I don't eat them. I think they're disgusting, but people love them. So have at it, guys.
What's in a garbage plate exactly?
Well, there's options.
I think it's burger, and it's like macaroni salad, and I'm not
red hots or white hots, meat sauce.
Yeah, it's all kinds of crap thrown together. It looks like it's garbage. It's literally a garbage plate.
Sal, I'm with you.
Not my favorite thing, so you guys can have at it. But,
no, I'll
no, thanks. Don't invite me.
No. So what should I have? What's the specialty up there that you do like?
The specialty that I like up here?
Up in Rochester. Something that's, they make really well.
Well, there's nothing really special about anything in Rochester. I mean, our wings are as good as the wings in Buffalo. But we don't like Buffalo is known for its chicken wings and beef on wax sandwiches.
Yeah.
Rochester really isn't known for anything food-wise that I know of. So I can't really even direct you anywhere, to be honest.
No, I have a buddy up in Rochester that broadcasts Wheeze. I'll have to get.
Oh, buddy, he's a good buddy of mine.
Wait, Wheeze is?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great guy. Love Wheeze. So we'll get some tips from him too on where to go.
Yeah, Wheeze can definitely help you. He's much more a man about town than I am.
All right, sounds good.
Sal, we appreciate your time. We look forward to rubbing elbows with you on the 16th.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Sal Maiorana of the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle. He's got the inside scoop.